Hey YouTube, this is Mr. Tim Tom Naru, and I'm doing this video. It is part 2. Oh yes, Calquat for it. It's part 2 of the making money guide, and this is going to be listing the locations of where to get the items to sell. So yeah, don't mind me picking up this fruit, but it's actually a pretty decent thing. Monies. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is going to, let's see, yeah, so I'm going to start off doing feathers. And so the first spot that I like to go to is Port Sarim. Yeah, so full inventory or full stock here would be 1,000 per 24 hours, but it hasn't been 24 hours. That's why there's not 1,000 in here yet. They also sell fishing nets, so in other words, I'll be back here later. Just north of the Port Sarim load. Next is Draenor Village. To get this one done, you need to have the Animal Magnetism quest completed, and it is a members only quest, as are most of these locations. Okay, I'm back. Let's see. So you go just north of the load to the Draenor Manor or Mansion or whatever it's called. Yeah, I was supposed to do this video on the 4th, but I was having some serious issues recording. And the software that I ended up going with, OBS, is a great software, but when you're recording full screen for certain games, or for most games I should say, you have to do a monitor screen capture and not necessarily a application capture. I don't know why, but that's why I kept having the black screen with the audio and no video. So yeah, they sell 1,000 of those here a day. I would get the 50 range and finish the upgraded version of the backpack because it's able to carry more. Also with the they have a belladonna patch for planting a what's it called, one of those things that grows, the evil vine. And then they also have an evil turnip patch that you can grow an evil turnip and then carve it, and it sells for like 7k. But the seeds are like way under 7k, so it's a decent like AFKable profit, more or less. Next on the list is Lumbridge. And I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible, but I do get interruptions occasionally. So if you rotate the camera a little bit, there we go, there's the fishing shop that we're going to. It's known as the Lumbridge Fishing Supplies or Hank's Fishing Shop. You can figure out the name of the shop just by when you open up the shop interface, it'll be at the top. So I'm going to trade this dude and buy out all of his feathers. He sells 1,000 a day, but like I said, it's been less than 24 hours since I did this guide last, and I messed up on that as well. You live and you learn, right? So next is Alcahard. Yeah, the settings that I used for the guide were actually perfectly fine, but my hard drive had gotten full because I forgot to delete some unused files, so I had to completely redo it. Oh, and also the lucky Clover event is going on now. So if you have any treasure chest keys, go ahead and use them. After I used 3, I got the shiny 4-leaf clover, and what it does, if you examine, it gives you a 3% XP boost to any skill that you're doing when you wear it, and a chance of getting rare rewards while skilling or fighting. So in other words, fighting is considered using a skill, because you're actually doing at least 3 or 4 skills at once. Anyways, this dude has 1,000 feathers a day, Shanty from the Shanty's Pass. And there's some other items in here that I'll come back later for. And next on the list is Cavalry. There's a lot of stuff here. So if you run northeast of the load, I try to have this thing north oriented for the most part, but it gets confusing when you have to rotate the camera. This person, even though it's a fishing shop, they only sell nets, so you want to go there for the future part of the guide, the part 2. And I am going to have annotations in the and links in the description to hop to different parts of the guide, so you won't just, if you just want to know where the nets are, you could just click on the thing on the screen and it'll show it. Just keep in mind that if you're using a mobile phone, the annotations don't normally work, and neither do the subtitles, but the ads work just fine, so that's kind of odd. So if you trade this person Emily Elmshape, or I'm sorry, Allison Elmshaper, really goofy name, but nonetheless, she sells feathers and bowstrings. The bowstrings, she sells 100 of those daily, and it's a pretty decent profit because you buy them for 100 and they sell for 300 at least. So next on the list is going to be the Fishing Guild in just north of the Artie Load. I guess technically it's northwest, but for the most part it's north. Let's see, let me open this gate. You have to be level 68 fishing to enter here. There's no quest requirements. see, you don't want to talk to that dude, you want to talk to this dude. He can be to the right, to the left, in front, and back, or inside of this place. So it's really quite random, and you want to actually look for him on the map as a little yellow dot if you can't find him. So they stock 1,000 feathers a day. Just click max buy. But yeah, like I said earlier, it's been less than 24 hours, so that's why he doesn't have his full 1,000. Oh, but let me close the store so that dude doesn't get out. Okay, and then we did the Artie. Next on the list is Kajarma. It's actually technically in Shiloh Village, but this is the quickest way to get there. And you do have to complete the Shiloh Village quest and have the requirements to complete the quest. So in the description I'm going to put the requirements necessary for completing the Shiloh Village quest to be able to access Shiloh Village. I'm not going to do a guide on the quest itself though, because I already did the quest. And quest guides are kind of like boring too, and maybe it's just me, but it's almost like you have to watch them, but you don't. Because I mean, for the most part, the wiki covers almost everything in most of the guides. And the people that say that they get a virus from the wiki, I hate to say it, but they're kind of a moron, because you can't get a virus from the wiki. Even if you don't have an ad blocker or an antivirus, there's no viruses on that website because it's officially sponsored through Runescape. So they probably tried to buy gold from some gold website and gave them their username and password, and then they got mad that they got hacked. Well, you know, it is what it is. Everybody has their own opinion on how other people get hacked. I don't know personally, because I haven't been hacked, nor do I want to be hacked. And last on the list is the Picatoris. Well, no, it's not last on the list, but it's next in the main part of the land. Picatoris fishing colony, and you have to get some quests done. I can't remember which one. I'll put a link in the description, but it's the one that you need to have done to access that city, and also to be able to travel, quick travel like that. A couple of my friends are on. They haven't been on in ages, so look forward to talking to them. Even though like nobody else really talks to them because they got banned from the guild, but you gotta make friends with somebody, right? Let's see, bank. So I'm gonna store my items in here real quick. And then this dude from the general store actually sells feathers. So if you go to bank, or I'm sorry, no, don't go to bank. Next time you go to trade, and you can trade him. You go, you know what? He just has the nets. He doesn't have the what's it called? So I'll skip this one then. Oops. Wait. Oh no, I'm sorry. That was Shiloh Village. Okay, so apparently Picatoris is not on the list. That's on the second list. So just pretend like I didn't go here. And we're gonna go to Rekola. And if you click inside of the city walls, you'll be able to walk in there to be able to access the town of Rekola, as well as a couple of the islands that I'm going to be going to. You can access the town, but you can't access the stores or any of the islands. You have to complete Fremnik Trials and Fremnik Isles. None of these require lunar diplomacy, though. That's just for Lunar Isle. And for the Moon Clan Isle and the other isle, the Pirates Isle. But there's not a lot that you can buy from there anyway, besides like seeds and magic equipment. Okay, so if you trade this dude, you can get your 1,000 feathers of the day. and he also sells the small nets. All fishmongers sell nets and feathers, so keep that in mind. And then this person, he'll get you to go to miscellanea and etc. They're both right next to each other. Waterbirth Island doesn't have anything for the most part besides the Dagonos and the what are those things called? The snape grass that you need for prayer potions and a couple other potions. So the first step is to go in here and you go to the fishmonger, the dude with the blue shirt and the green cape. Kind of looks like a really old school adventurer almost. Go to buy, and so that is bought. And then also, now that you're on the miscellaneous side, since also to be able to get these ingredients or these herbs that I have in here, you have to complete the what was it called? Lunar Diplomacy increases the resources available, but you have to complete the Throne of Miscellanea, I believe is what it's called. And so they tell you what they collect. Currently I have them collecting herbs and fish, just because when they do the fishing they also have a chance of gathering gems, halves of keys and caskets. I probably should have them doing mining instead, because I don't really plan on using those low level fishes, or fish rather. So instead of doing the fish, I'm going to uncheck the cooked and put this down to 0, and then I'm going to put all the rest of it in mining, because I've already got plenty of mahogany antique logs in the bank from just like a couple days worth of them doing stuff. And you come back here every day to collect your resources. They don't build up over time, so if you don't come here every day, you're wasting your time. So we're just gonna run to the other side where they have the etc. island. Oh, and by the way, don't forget whenever you're here to chop some wood or do some mining, do whatever you have to do to get your rating up, because your rating, it should always be 100 when you collect your resources. So if you do this every day, you should only have to chop a couple logs a day to get the approval rating from 99 to 100. And so here we have the what's it called? The fishmonger, so we'll trade him. This one actually has a blue shirt and a blue cape, which is cool and at the same time kind of unusual. Oh no, I'm sorry, we don't want the nets, we want the feathers. There we go. And we're gonna max that out and buy it. They normally have 1,000 here, like the other shops except for the fletching shop. And last on the list, which I can't actually show you because I haven't completed it as a first resort quest, is the gift shop in Oglog down here. I'm sorry, yeah, right here, Oglog. You can unlock the load, you just can't go into the city and use the gift shop. So I'll do that quest, and I might do a guide for it. But yeah, so now begins the part 2 of the video where we're gonna have for you to buy the small fishing nets. So again, since we're already here, we'll go ahead and buy the small fishing nets, max it out, and then don't get the big fishing nets because they're not useful for anything besides fishing, so nobody's gonna buy them from you. Oh yeah, and then we'll go ahead and go to the other island as well. And then you might want to bring like 1 or 2 energy pots with you to try to help you out, or you could just bring an explorer's ring 3 or 4. So we'll trade, wait, here he is. Trade him. And then we're going to buy all of the small fishing nets. And then we're going to go to Rekola, since that's where we just came from. But we'll actually take the boat because that'll be somewhat quicker, because the boat actually takes you back right next to the what's it called? Right next to the market and the pier of the seer, where you can deposit your items after you complete the quest. The Trial or Fremnik Isles quest. Okay, so we're here. So first I'm going to deposit the items to this dude that's wielding the air staff, the staff of air. So we're just going to hit the deposit items, and then we'll click, and then we'll again, you don't have full access to your bank here. You can only deposit items. You can't buy items, or I'm sorry, you can't withdraw items or try to exchange items. So then the small, you can buy 10 of those, and let me go ahead and switch over to the small paper. Yeah, there we go. So there's the Lumbridge fishing supplies. First we're gonna go to the one in Rekola. Or yeah, we already went to that one. Yeah, so we'll go to the fishing shop in Cavalry. And so if you go to the fishing tutor, it's just north of the load, right at the end of this little pond thing. And you trade Nicholas Engel. And you go to small fishing net, max, buy. And you want to be sure to buy all of the fishing nets from there, all 40 of them. But for the sake of making this guide as quick as possible, I'm not going to buy out all 40, just because there's a lot of stuff to show on here, and I might make a second video, I might not. It just depends on how much I can fit in one video. So we're going to deposit this, the small fishing nets. Oops, I don't want to talk to him. Next on the list is Catherby. So we'll be going to this little fishing shop just south of the load. He'll give you a pet fish for free if you have a bowl with some seaweed put in there. Not the edible seaweed, but the regular. Or no, it might be the edible, I'm not entirely sure. It's been a while since I did that. Okay, so we got 10 of these, and we might as well, let's see. Yeah, we'll go ahead and go to Lumbridge, to the fishing store that's there. So yeah, you could just go right here to the fishing shop. It takes a second to load when you first travel locations, at least for me anyway, because it has to load all the shaders and the background stuff. Not to mention all the players and the NPCs. There's a lot of NPCs in this area alone. So yeah, you go to small fishing net, you get 1 for free, and then you can actually buy 5 from this dude. And last on the list as far as buying the small fishing nets is the Picatoris fishing colony. So you want to go to the Eagle's Nest and then take the boat with Kathy up to the fishing colony. Oh, Dina cracks me up. Oh yeah, and we accept people into our clan, so we're not like haters or anything. As long as you're generally like a nice person most of the time, and that you cap. If you don't know what capping is, you can ask somebody. Almost a lot of people know what it is that have been in a clan. But essentially what it means is that there's these resources that you gather by doing skills at the clan citadel. And you have to gather, for a tier 7 it's 2,700 resources. And it may seem like a lot or a little, but you're going to spend at least 2 to 3 hours skilling there every week, if not more if you AFK'd and don't realize that you're not doing a skill. Huh. Yeah, so this is the last place to get the small fishing nets. I don't know how. Oh yeah, I got that kebab from the impling. So you drop the kebab because it just randomly screws up your stats. It doesn't do anything good for you. And so this has been the part of the guide with the small fishing nets. So now I'm gonna now I'll go ahead and focus on the am I gonna do the pot of flour now, or the you know what, I'll just do the farming store. So first let's go to Artie. And just north of the load to the east there's a master farmer, and there's also this person, Richard, that has the farming store. So the only thing that you're going to want to buy from here are the plant pots. You just max it out, buy, and then you go down to this bank and deposit them. And you do this until you get all 100 of them. Don't do like I'm doing in the video and just get 28 and think you're done, because you're not done. You're not done making money, or you're not going to make a lot of money. So you buy these for 1 gold a piece, and you can sell them for 350 at the GE easily. In fact, if you want to know how much one of them is going at the mid price, I'll go ahead and withdraw one. So if you examine 443, but again, if you sell it for 400 or above, you're gonna have to wait for it to sell. If you put it at 350, it's gonna sell, and it might even sell above right away. Yeah, so don't forget to get all 100 of those. Don't take the lazy approach. I'm not being lazy, because I am gonna do it after I finish this video. So this farming store is also just north of the load, although as opposed to the other store with the nets. In fact, I don't know if we went here for the nets, but you want to trade this dude. Okay, yeah, we did, because he only has 29 and he normally has 40. That's funny. But anyways, go ahead and trade Head Farmer Jones. And you want to buy all 100 of these planting pots. You can only buy in 28 at a time. and then you just run south to the bank and bank them and then repeat. And let's see, where's the last? Oh yeah, the last one is in Catherby. There very well could be more than 3. These are just the ones that are listed on the website that I found it on, and the ones that I have personal experience going to. Anytime you see the little shovel icon on the store, it should mean that there's a farming store. In fact, when we go to the bank, I'm gonna withdraw my my cabbage ring, or my, what's it called, my explorer ring 4, and cabbage teleport, and see if they have any plant pots there. I think they do, and if they don't, well then I would have just been correct. But you know, I never claim this as a complete guide. These are just the ones that I know about and the ones that are listed on the wiki, because the wiki is the best. Okay, well, it's not the best, but it's good. Okay, so again, I said that I was going to get the explorer ring, so let me do that, because it's the easiest way to teleport to that little patch there, as well as the farm. So I'm just going to go here and type in EXP. There we go, explorer ring 4. And then we're just going to use cabbage port. There's a patch just north of here with the allotment, the flowers and the herbs, the typical 3-in-1 design. And then right here, as you see, there's a shovel and there's a lady that sells farming supplies, which led me to think that, hey, maybe she sells planting pots. Although this wouldn't be the easiest banking option, but if you have a cabbage port, which I do, see, plant pots, okay, well, yeah, see, I already had a ring of quits, but oh well. Oh no, I'm sorry, no, don't get the buckets, don't get the compost, get the plant pots. So I'm just gonna get 27 of these at a time, and that way what you can actually do, the bank that's closest to here, that's closest to a load, is Lumbridge in my opinion. So you could just go to Lumbridge, bank these, and then cabbage port back 4 different times. So I'll just go to Lumbridge once just to show you that you can do that. But you want to buy out all of the stuff, and since I'm already in Lumbridge, I will show you the next part of the guide. Okay, so if you bank, and then be sure, like I did, don't bank the ring, because you need that. But considering the fact that I'm just doing this guide and I'm going to redo it later, I will go ahead and bank the ring, because I have to go to the next part of the guide. And this next part of the guide does require a partial completion of Recipe for Disaster. You have to have saved at least 1 person. It might be 3 people, I'm not sure, but it's not that hard. But the requirements, the quest and the level requirements for getting the recipe for the disaster completely finished are kind of outrageous. So we're gonna go to right click on this and go to buy food, and then first of all, you'd want to buy all the grapes, and you'd also want to buy all of the cooking apples. The grapes you only pay 1 gold for, but as you can see, they're currently worth 2k each, and then the these are worth 248 each. So what I normally do is I'll bank the 5 grapes, and then I'll go down to my farming section and withdraw 3 baskets, and then you can use the cooking apple with the basket, and then you can fill the baskets. So you have 5 baskets, or 3 baskets of 5 apples. So then you deposit those and you withdraw 2 more baskets. Use cooking apples with each of those and then fill them. And so your 25 apples have now become 5 apple baskets of 5, also known as apples parenthesis 5. So yeah, and there are more items to get from here. Next on the list is chocolate. Buy all of these chocolate bars. Do not worry about the money, you will make it back very quickly. Because considering the fact that it costs $5.60 for one inventory of these, and you have to grind these because it makes it worth a lot of money, and they actually sell instantly because people need them for potions and leveling and stuff for herblore. Funny thing though is grinding a food item gives you food XP instead of herblore XP. So if you examine this, it is 532. So remember, we had paid $5.60 for the whole we had paid $5.60 for the whole inventory of these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add all of these, and that's a 14.3k profit in a matter of seconds, and you can do up to 150 of these a day. You can do even more, but I only have some of the people rescued from the thing, so each person that you rescue, you get to buy more food items. So there are still 2 that have not been rescued from me. And last part of this quest is to buy out all of the pots of flour. And because it only requires to be done twice from this particular location, I'm going to show you what to do as far as just banking them. So you just go to buy food, and you're not going to get this option until you have already completed the quest and rescued at least 1 to 3 people. I can't remember how many because it's been such a long time since I did it. Yeah, so again, these pots of flour, you pay 12 or 14 gold and you sell them for you can sell them for 114, or you could even sell them for 150. The market price is 212, but they don't sell for that right away. So unless you want to wait like ages, then I would just sell them for 150 and they should sell pretty quick. Yeah, so I will show you the next place to get the pots of flour. So I'm going to wear this actually for my what's it called? I'm going to wear this in place of my helmet. And the easiest and quickest way to get to the Chef's Guild is to tele to the Edgeville load. And once you get to the Edgeville load, just run east. And you go over the bridge as if you were going to the GE, but after that you go directly south. And be sure that you're wearing a chef's hat or you won't be able to get in here. I don't know why it just stopped, because I could have swore I clicked down here, but oh well. So once you get in here, just open the door, and then trade this Romilly Leaklax or something, and you want to buy all of the pots of flour, and then keep in mind that also they have a chocolate bar here. On the second floor there's 2 apples, and on the third floor there's a thing of grapes and an empty jug. So you can actually take the jug, put the grape in it, and then put the water in it. Or yeah, put the water. You put the water in the jug, and then you put the grape in the jug of water, and that'll make you some wine. It's not really good XP, and it doesn't sell to make you a profit. It's mainly just because you're bored and you want some wine. Oh, and don't do like I do and just get one. Be sure to hit the max button. In fact, yeah, and then when you go to here, there's a if you right click on the Well of Goodwill, there's an open bank option, and this is actually half the distance or twice as close as the bank. So you just deposit this, and so that's it for the pots of flour and the food items. Yeah, and like I said, there are those bowstrings earlier that you can buy from the from that one lady, or that one person. Yeah, the Allison Elm Shaper, the fletching tutorial person in cavalry. And this part, if you like making bowstrings, or like me, if you have a daily for it, and especially if you have a Sears headband too, because that is actually it makes the thing go a lot faster when you're using it to either to make yarn or wool, or to make the flax, which is what I do, is to make it into bowstrings. So this dude, can't remember what quest it is, but once you complete a quest for him, you can actually collect. Oh yeah, it's based off your headband. Oh, my bad, I already collected it today. So if you have a headband 1, you get 30. If you have a headband 2, you get 60. Headband 3 is 120, and headband 2, I believe, is 240. So you just get double each time you get a new headband, and that's per day. So given the fact that I did it this morning, I'll have to wait until tomorrow, but that's just so you know where to get the flax and bowstrings in case you want to sell them or use for daily. And then let me see, Edgeville, Varg. Okay, and I will show you the items to get from the general store. I'm only going to do the Alcahard because you can do this from any general store. And then if you go south of the load around this giant thing in the middle, you want to trade shanty and go to just before you get to Shanty's Pass, because if you go any further south, you're going to require a water skin or some type of thing that has water. Oops, don't look at it. Trade, there we go. Okay, for some reason it went through here. You're not supposed to go through there. You're supposed to trade this dude. So the items that sell well bowl of water takes a while to sell, so you don't want to get that. You don't want to get the bucket of water. Get the jug of water. Get all 10 of those. You want, obviously you've already gotten the feathers if you would have watched this guide. So you can also get the empty bowl. Sells for a pretty reasonable profit. I think about 300 gold. And then you get the jug, and when you're at the GE, you can fill up the jug with the water at the fountain. So once you're here, you just deposit the items, and I'll add a video onto this that has the that has how much the items sold for at current prices. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this guide. This has been Mr. Timtom Naru, also known as Timtom Naru. Be sure to like, comment, favorite, subscribe, and share on Facebook and Twitter, and I'll be doing a lot more of these videos. Have a good day. Bye.